Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the Babbler. That's me on this evolutionary spree. Listening to Spirit again, I see, because I am back here to my recording. And I'm just like, okay, Spirit, what have me to say about certain things coming into, light that wants to shine bright and, just be all vocal and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Like I said, runes speak to me all the time too. And earlier today, I had pulled a rune which really resonated with me for the course of my day, which was, I never know how to pronounce them, but I'm going to pronounce them the way that I want to, the way that I see it, the way that I feel it, the way that I pronounce it, Fehu? Fehu? I don't know. They give you the pronunciations, like if you Google it and look up stuff. I like runesecrets.com, so I mean, you can always check that out for yourself to get some more knowledge about the runes themselves, you know what I'm saying? So, just before I even get into like the runes and stuff like that, I do want to speak about, my channel and what it's evolving into, so to speak, for me. So to speak, there we go. That's another, like, liner I use. Then when I play back, I'm just like, did I see that again? So anyways, before I get, like, sidetracked and off track with, because I'm trying to be focused, and, stay on task, too, so that, messages can channel through, like, responsibly, instead of being like a scatterbrain, you see, like just an open filter of a receiver, like just downloading and just spewing out, with no navigation, direction, purpose. So it's about, that centering in of just organizing for one's own task at hand, So we can learn a lot of those kind of like practices from, our fellow earth signs and stuff like that that are great with, completing tasks and being organized for, lots of things. So, anywho, about that, you see, I should start writing things down and having like little notes, just so that I don't lose focus about what it is that I'm trying to communicate when I do begin. Because sometimes I just go in, like I said, open receiver and just allowing for the channeling to just be whatever it's supposed to be. But this one, for whatever reason, has actually like not a topic, but like, a centering of inner sight that I have been receiving, or whatever. So this channel is always going to be a variety of things. There is no just one thing that will be recorded on here. I don't know. Tomorrow might bring something completely different. So there's no limiting, like, what to the type of genre this is going to fit into. Obviously, it's going to be like, into the, esoteric realms of just, knowledge and, readings and, fit into that kind of new age kind of, development, evolution, energy, quantum physics, something like that, astrology, whatever the case may be. Anyways, so yeah, so the runes, right? So I did pull 2 runes fell out for before I hit record on here, which was, these are my amethyst runes. They're really, really pretty, and the camera's not going to give it justice at all because they're really, truly pretty, like in my hand and stuff like that. So this one is, I forget the name. I gotta look at it to say it because, then Knaz, which means torch, knowledge, Ken. Torch as a symbol of knowledge and intellect, illumination, searching for enlightenment, right? This one here, it's like for the divinations that this would like invoke, I guess, energetically, like if you were to invoke, because, think about the runes as an invocation of some sort of energy that is presenting itself, or, available, to use. It offers from, like, this is like an artistic or technical ability, craft, transformation, offspring, new information, So it's an art, it's a technique, it's improvement of skills. This is the student surpassing the teacher. This is, you know, something that, like, let's say if you were like stuck, writer's block or something like that, then someone that would, that knew about runes and energy and, alchemy and, just so many other, variations of things that can be, filtered and, used, because it's made accessible. Knowledge is power, right? So, to invoke the energy of, like that muse-like sensation of, feeling creative or something, so it's like an assisting kind of energy, controlled energy, transformation, phoenix fire, teaching, learning, dynamic, illumination. So this is like the torchlight, right? This is like the epiphany, right? When exploring certain realms and things, this is creative inspiration coming into play, enthusiasm for learning. This is that kind of energy. So it's the torchlight itself. So it's the light within the observer, So on that kind of, this is like, this is esoteric. This is like hidden realms of what goes on underneath the veil of things. Like here we are on the surface level, feeling illuminated and bright, but at a surface, like at a beneath the surface level, there's this torchlight, this dynamic energy, chemistry, like kinetic kind of thing, flittering, existing, within. You see, it's the harnessing of fire for the warmth and illumination of something. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool when you think about runes and stuff, which is interesting because it kind of ties into like some more in-depth understanding of even something that I spoke about in a previous video that I'm not even sure if I uploaded onto YouTube, which spoke about the first liners of just because that came back into spirit, brought that back into like, to view for me about the people that are like light workers or new age, people that do a lot of energetic healing, or offer guidance, a different kind of spirituality of guidance and insight, with whatever practices that they gravitate towards, that is a tool, outlet, vessel, or activity that they take part in, whether it's like Wiccan or not, or just just spirituality in whatever way it resonates for anyone, without tying it down to some kind of like religion based system of doctrination. I don't know, but yeah, that whatever the case may be, that was something else I kept saying. Drove me crazy. What was I saying? You see, that gets me distracted because I drive myself insane. I would say that was like the Virgo part of my like astrological brain that just nitpicks away at everything that I gotta say. So, the inner critic in I that needs to be silenced, so that I can continue with this, thing that I'm trying to speak. So, like, just, yeah, so about the other video that I may have or may not have shared, I don't know, but I spoke about first liners. And these first liners are like, like these light workers that we can say that have put in a lot of, like, let's say, that, if you want to go into that slave network of, like, visual, like, they put in work through trials, tribulation, pain, suffering, and suppression, oppression, like abuse, and you know, like that whole kind of like ordeal of a cycle of coming up, rising up, because, you know, the energy of that power line is what's up, that is being unified amongst this grouping of first liners that have put in all this, like, you know, work, this illumination, that is an energetic vibration that is galloping away into our transpersonal pathways of growth and evolution on this like grandeur scale of like evolution and growth that is happening here on these 3D lands. All the work that each of us are like putting in our own places of spaces, and then growing in our knowledge bases. And even if we pick different kind of pathways of spirituality that differ in belief, in practice, and whatever the case may be, but there's like this moral compass that is activated in each, that is spirited and felt amongst the tribes, that unite and ignite from this heart center alive, from their corner of lives, wherever it is that they inhabit on these lands, and feel this authentic shit, man. Like, oh, I don't know you, but I feel you, you know? That kind of illumination that they bring forth, that is, guys, for those of you that are watching that know what I'm talking about, in that sense that you know that you're like, I guess you could like, if you wanted to associate and say, okay, well maybe I'm a first liner because I've been in a lot of motherfucking work, and you know, like I see woke people waking up, like people waking up that you'd be like, what? I didn't think in this lifetime you were even gonna know what that word meant, or that you would even care to ask, like, what is meditation? Or, you know, just, you know, when you think about the superficiality of, like, you know, this ego-driven world of things, you know, of accumulation of things that create this hollow, like, projection of an atmosphere that is just devoid of all kind of like emotional connection because of things, you know. So when you see those kind of, which usually, like if you want to look at it in the matrix kind of system, those would be just standbys, like just people filling in the space. They don't really have a role, so they just are those chameleons that just occupy space to fill in the space of the void that is just cycling like that hamster wheel kind of effect for those that are semi-playing or not playing or like activated in any kind, like, you know, just like deep stuff. Like you can look at it so multi-dimensionally for to birth the vision of the figurative, so that you can get the narrative down loaded with a lot more clarity when you can give the visuals that you need to see without taking it so literally. Like, just look at it figuratively. Like, never mind the words that are being expressed, and never mind, you know, I'm really trying to stay like in this kind of like focus. You know, there's so much, there's so many layers to the onion peels that peel back that can explain or like help one further inner align, understand their understand for an overstand kind of thing. So anyways, these first liners, Spirit gave me a message that's probably going to trigger some. That's what I feel like. So I got a little, did I get a little semi-triggered? I was just like, but I'm gonna have to do this in a take 2 kind of video because I do need to go tend to something at this moment in time and press pause. So I do intend to come back with that video number 2 to this message that Spirit has made me press record again instead of channel now. I'm like, okay, I'm going to channel. Go see how this gonna go. And so, you know, now you know that there's a message for the first liners. And I guess, what are we gonna call the other ones? The hybrids? It's just funny. But yeah, so peace out. See you in video number 2 of this kind of thing over here. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.